So today we're going to talk about beeswax, and for everybody that's listening, please feel free to jump in. You know, beeswax is one of those things that I think when you come to Waldorf, you go, oh, I got to get this product because everybody talks about how much fun beeswax is. And then if you get it and you don't know what to do with it, then you might end up hating it. Like Tammy hated it for a while. She's starting to like it more now.
Might be able to be persuaded.
And I think really the thing with beeswax that people need to remember, especially if you've got really young kids and you buy it and you think, oh, this will be a great substitute for Play-Doh, it's really not. It's absolutely a completely different medium than Play-Doh. Play-Doh is awesome for really young kids because they don't have to do a lot to make it pliable. But when it comes to older children, that's like around first grade is really when this can become a medium that's more fun. And that's really when they should be able to start taking direction. Before then, I would just have it be available and let them play with it. But in order for them to not be frustrated, you have to learn how to use it as well. Really what we did was we took a bowl and I put boiling water in it, but then I let it cool for a minute. And then I put the beeswax. Now we have this mother load set because we're starting to make our own sets at a Little Garden Flower rather than just using the sets that come pre-put together. And the reason being, those sets seem to go really fast at Mercurius and we can almost never get them. And so it seems like we're forever back ordered. So the idea we came up with is to buy it in bulk and then we can put together our own sets. What's great is if you go to the Mercurius USA or the Art Makes Sense website, and we'll have links for you on our blog, you get this this great little catalog that or brochure that shows you how to make a bunch of different things and the steps that go with it. So again, like anything else with Waldorf, I would absolutely I would take the time to learn it yourself and play with it before you take it to your kids. So it's like painting, it's like drawing with block crayons, it's like all of those things. You really want to become friendly with it first before you take it to them. So we've got this bowl of hot water, and I usually will put it in a baggie, the beeswax. I'll unwrap it. Like when you get it from us, it'll come wrapped in plastic. So you unwrap it from the plastic. And you don't have to use a bowl of hot water. There are lots of ways to warm beeswax. In fact, on our Yahoo group, we've kind of banter back and forth about the easiest ways that people have found. A lot of moms will stick it in their bra. And we're kind of laughing about how funny that sounds. But your body heat is really a good way. Under your armpit for the kids is a good way. And then another thing that I do is I'll just hold it in my hands. I'll hold it in the palm of my hands and just kind of squeeze my hands until the body heat gets, kind of gets it going. The other thing about it is don't use a full piece. Now we've got really big pieces. Tammy's got 2 pieces together. I've got a single piece, and Emily here, she's got a single piece too. The bigger it is, the harder it's going to be for you to make it pliable. So I would definitely start small. Like when I give a piece to my children, usually I will give them like a 1 by 2 inch segment to start with because that's easier for small hands to warm. And I take it to church. I try to keep some on hand all the time because it's a really good quiet activity. And in church, we've just had, it really just gets people going. We were kind of laughing here a minute ago, and we'll try to put that picture, if Eric can find it, up on the blog. A few weeks ago we were in church and I handed everybody a brand new, they all get excited when it's like this and it's brand new, and so I handed everybody a brand new piece of beeswax and kind of cut it up for the younger kids, handed Daddy a full piece of yellow, and Eleanor and I were sitting there so reverently making angels with our beeswax, and all of a sudden I hear Samuel go, waka, 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 and I turn and Daddy has made Pac-Man and the boys have made the ghosts that go with Pac-Man in church. And then Daddy stuck it up on the side of the pew and took a picture of it in church. So, that kind of tells you how silly we can be no matter where we are. But it was a great, I mean, we all were able to listen to what was going on in church with the exception of that funny little moment, because everybody's mouth was quiet and they had their hands just moving. And so it's definitely handwork in that respect, in that, you know, I mean, it's not knitting or crocheting or anything like that, but it's handwork that really gets your hands going and really kind of gets you going in that way. One of the things I wanted to really talk about today were practical applications. People say all the time, why do I need this? Why? You don't need it, but it's fun. It smells really good. Doesn't that smell good, you guys?
Oh yeah.
Love the way it smells. As far as kinds to get, you want to make sure, my favorite anyways, I like the Stockmar Modeling Beeswax. Now they make a modeling wax and they make a modeling beeswax. I like the modeling beeswax because of how it smells. And that's the one that we sell. We sell the modeling beeswax. We also sell the plant-dyed modeling beeswax. And the colors, the only difference is the colors. Artemis that makes this is made by Stockmar. So it's the exact same great quality that you would get from the Stockmar. And the colors are just super soft. And you would work with it the exact same way. So it's just the pigments that are different. And but I found that they both work together really well. So they just have different applications. So if you're wanting a softer atmosphere to what you're putting together, then I would go with plant dyed. But if you want the bright stuff, then I would go with the bright. As far as applications and how you would utilize this, one of the things that I like to do when I do my planning each week, you know, having more than one child really means that you're trying to kill as many birds as you can with one stone. And so one of the things that I like to do when I do my planning is I'll go through our books, and I love these books, and I talk about them every week on the radio show, but these are the Winstones Press season books. And what I love about them, there's so much that I love about them. They've got stories in them and verses in them and songs in them. So when I'm sitting down to do my planning for the week, I'll pull that out, whichever one is pertinent for the season, and I'll go through and I'll find either a verse or a story or a song that we haven't done before. And so how I incorporate that into the week is I'll put it on the chalkboard for the kids. I'll have the boys, my bigger boys, write it in cursive, the verse in cursive. My daughter will print it. So we'll have that as our anchor. And then depending on what the verse is and what we're working on, we'll either draw about it together, or we'll paint about it, or we'll model from it. And it's great when you can do all of those things in the same week. And so there's one, you know, it's kind of this one cohesive thing that pertains to the season or pertains to what's going on in, you know, maybe in our lives. Maybe if it's a birthday then we're doing, you know, a birthday verse or something. But that way it anchors everybody's lessons together. So it gives us another way to come together as a family to do their lesson work. And so I've really liked that aspect of it. So again, what I would do is I would pull a verse out of there. I would put the verse up on the board for their copy work practice. And I have them practice it every day on scratch paper. And then at the end of the week, they put their best work. They write out their best work in their lesson book and put it next to the drawing and the painting, and then I usually will take a picture of what we've modeled.